Hi there, welcome back to another episode of The Princess Talks. FYI, last week's episode about women wearing pants in church. Sorry, I stand corrected. Women should not be wearing pants to church. It is church. It is a place of worship. This has nothing to do with me thinking that I'm better than anyone and I'm all that, yada yada yada. Yes, when I go to church, I do look like a church lady. When I go for a jog, I look as if I'm going for a jog. When I go to the the club, the dance place, I look as if I'm going. So, get the picture? Anyway, let's move right along to this week's episode. By the way, thank you for your comments, of course. This week's episode is about lazy teachers. That's right, lazy teachers. Now, first and foremost, I'm not here to demonize teacher. Not at all. Teachers, without them, I don't know where some kids, or many kids would be. There are a lot of wonderful teachers out there who've been nothing but inspirational to their subjects. There have been a lot of great teachers, and always will be. However, some teachers are lazy. But let me say this in their defense. It has to do with you, the parents. You are the lazy ones, because you do not take control of your children's behavior. Kids will do what kids will do when they're behind their parents' back, of course. But guess what? Many people think it's a teacher's job and responsibility to foster behavior, respect, blah, blah, blah. Teacher is responsible partly for your child, but not entirely. It's your child/children. You should be doing your job. You should be teaching your kids good manners, as in please, thank you, be respectful to others, young, old, whatever, including pets. So parents, it's your responsibility to be good role models for your children. It's not up to the teacher. And this is why some teachers have become so darn lazy. Yes, they're saying, well, parents don't care, why should I? And you know what? One of my dreams in life, earlier, I wanted to be a teacher. But I think I would have gotten too caught up into being a teacher, as in, Johnny, you look hungry. Your face is dirty, Susie. Your dress is torn. Oh, look at your dirty fingernails. Where's your mommy? And you know, I'd probably get into trouble. So I understand some teachers why they've just passed the buck. However, let me reiterate, many teachers are wonderful, wonderful, hard-working human beings. I don't care if they get 2 months off. That's a separate issue for vacation. If I were a teacher, not even 4 months would be enough for me. So let me just clear the air. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, there are teachers who, for the simplest thing a child does, go to the office. Are you kidding me? There was a kid, my friend's son. He was wearing a pair of gloves on his hands in the middle of winter in the class. The teacher said, take the glove off. He says, but my hands are cold. Do you know what I would have done? As long as the class is not being disrupted, I would have simply said, let it go. Continue with the lesson. After class, I would say, Michael, you know, you shouldn't be wearing gloves in class. But if his hands are cold, what is the harm? Yes, if a kid is throwing spitball or being disruptive, throwing a pencil or an eraser, that's a different story. But the kid is wearing gloves in class because his hands are cold. What's the big deal? So you waste your time sending the kid to the office. The kid actually ended up getting expelled. That's crazy. Certainly we should take care of our kids, our students in class. But I think some teachers also overreact simply because they can't be bothered. And again, it's because some teachers feel as if they're being substitute parents. I mean, there are some teachers who don't mind, but then there are others who do mind. And guess what? I agree with them. They are not the kids' parents. This is why we need parents. Never mind mom and dad. Whether it's mom and mom or dad and dad. Yes, I just said that. We need responsible people to have children. That way, when the kids go to school, they will be responsible kids to the teachers and to their classmates. So, parents, start taking your responsibilities seriously, okay? Because when you do, you will get respect. Not always, mind you. For example, my sister. My sister would go to my nephew's school. The teachers never refer to her as Mrs. Jones. They would refer to her as Michael's mother. Michael's mother. What the heck? This one was married. Yes, married. As in, standing before the priest, reverend, got married. So, some teachers, you know, they've got their own issues. They're disrespectful to parents and students. But I think most teachers, well, could be many teachers at this point, they're not doing what they're supposed to do. They're just passing the buck. Like everywhere else. You know, you go to the doctor's office, the doctor is not interested in spending any time with the patient because they're overworked, and so the secretary or the assistant does the same thing. So people, let's try to be a little bit more conscientious of what's going on with our children, okay? Not just teachers, but parents. Please, I beg you. And let me tell you this, for some parents who shall remain unnamed, when you go to the class to speak with the teacher, you know, PTA, listen to what the teacher is saying to you. If the teacher says your child is misbehaving, listen. Ask the teacher, so what's going on, or what do you recommend? Don't get all angry with the teacher, because you know what? Maybe if your home was a little bit more stable, the kid would not be acting up in class. Like I said, no one could pay me enough to be a teacher. Anyway, that's all I have to say. So see, I'm not here to demonize teacher, but there's still some who are lazy. And again, it's not entirely their fault. Oh, moving right along to something more fun. Well, kind of. As you know, I live in a very multicultural, multi-ethnic, multiracial, multilinguistic, multi-religious city, which is wonderful. Lots of beautiful, beautiful people. But oh my God, I gotta tell you, last summer I was walking in Little India, saw these beautiful South Asian ladies walking by. Beautiful hair, beautiful skin, beautiful jewelry, and they were wearing saris, beautiful saris, bright colors. And then something drew me to their feet. I saw gold shoe, okay, gold slipper, fabulous. But to my horror, I looked closer at their feet. Cracked heels. Oh my God. Ladies, my South Asian sisters, when you're living in a big city, there is no excuse. You cannot have cracked heels. It's blasphemy. It's terrible. Come on, get with the KY jelly. Until next time, I'm the princess, and I'm talking. See you next week. Ciao.